Very interesting and very heart-touching love story. Listen carefully. Once upon a time in a small coastal town, there lived a shy boy named Aarav and a bright, full-of-life girl named Meera. They had been classmates since childhood but barely spoke beyond simple greetings. Aarav admired Meera from afar, her laughter, her kindness, the way she always stood up for others. She was like sunshine in his quiet, cloudy world. One summer afternoon, destiny intervened. Aarav was sitting by the beach sketching the waves when he noticed Meera struggling with a broken bicycle. Without thinking, he rushed to help her. That simple moment sparked something neither of them expected, a friendship that bloomed faster than wildflowers after the rain. They spent hours together talking about dreams, books, fears, and the future. Meera wanted to travel the world, Aarav wanted to open an art gallery. Their bond grew so naturally that it surprised them both. For Aarav, Meera became his muse. For Meera, Aarav became her anchor. Seasons changed, and so did their hearts. What started as friendship quietly turned into something deeper. Aarav fell deeply in love with Meera but kept his feelings hidden, terrified that confessing would ruin everything. Meera, on the other hand, began to notice the tenderness in Aarav's eyes, the way he cared for her in silence. One evening, under a sky heavy with stars, Meera asked him, "Aarav, why are you always there for me?" Aarav hesitated, fear and longing battling within him. Then, with a trembling voice, he whispered, "Because you're my favorite part of every day." Meera smiled, tears shining in her eyes. "You're my favorite too." That night, they shared their first kiss, a soft, hesitant, beautiful moment that felt like the universe had stopped spinning just for them. But life isn't always kind to lovers. A few months later, Meera was diagnosed with a rare heart condition. The doctors said she might not have long unless she underwent a risky surgery. She tried to hide it from Aarav, not wanting to burden him. But he found out and confronted her, his eyes stormy with pain. "Don't you ever think you're a burden," he said fiercely. "I want to be with you. For however long we have. Until your last breath, and beyond." They decided to fight it together. Aarav stayed by her side through every painful injection, every hospital visit, every tear. He would read to her when she couldn't sleep, sketch her when she was too weak to get out of bed, and tell her stories of all the places they would go once she recovered. On the day of her surgery, Aarav held her hand tightly. "I'll be right here when you wake up," he promised, pressing a kiss to her forehead. Hours passed. The surgery was complicated. Aarav sat outside the operating room, clutching her favorite scarf like a lifeline, praying with every fiber of his being. Finally, the doctor came out. His face was grave. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "She fought so hard. She was so brave." The world shattered for Aarav. Days blurred into nights. Aarav wandered the empty streets, feeling lost without her laughter, her dreams, her love. He found solace in the memories they had built, the sketches he had drawn, the notes she had written for him, the silly promises they had made. One evening, Aarav went back to the beach where it all began. He sat there, listening to the waves crash against the shore. As he pulled out his sketchbook, a small note fell out, a note Meera had written and tucked away. "If I ever leave before you, don't be sad. Live the dreams we spoke of. Travel, paint, laugh. And when you look at the stars, know that I'm smiling right back at you." With tears streaming down his face, Aarav looked up at the sky. A single star shone brighter than the rest. He smiled through his pain. He would live. For her. For their love that even death couldn't touch. Because true love doesn't end with goodbye, it lives on in every heartbeat, every memory, every star in the sky. Would you like me to write a second part too, where Aarav fulfills Meera's dreams? It could be even more emotional.